Mars, a planet whose mystery neither science can easily solve, nor any other method seems capable of explaining. It's said that Mars is a lifeless, barren world, a place where the possibility of natural life is almost zero. Scientists have discovered several ways to sustain human life there, but it seems this red planet might have its own plans for humanity's hopes. There exists a dangerous natural phenomenon that once destroyed NASA's Opportunity Rover. Welcome, friends, the winning mind. Before diving into this fascinating issue about Mars, it's important to understand why we are risking all our advancements and resources to reach a desolate planet over 210 million kilometers away from Earth. According to scientists, Earth's natural resources are rapidly depleting, glaciers are melting, rivers are drying up, and living near the equator is becoming increasingly difficult. Estimates suggest that even if we manage to control the greenhouse effect by the year 2100, most of the world's glaciers will still have vanished, and clean water will become precious and rare. And if, on top of that, a major catastrophe strikes, such as a global pandemic, nuclear war, or a collision with a massive asteroid, humanity may be left with no path forward for survival. Just as the dinosaurs once disappeared from Earth, the human race could face a similar fate. That's why, for years, scientists have been searching for a second home. And this second home is not on Earth, but on Mars. Humanity dreams of building its first colony on Mars, and one day that dream might just come true. And remember, moving freely on Mars isn't possible because there is no strong magnetic field to protect against the sun's dangerous radiations. Without protection from these rays, the human body could suffer from deadly diseases. These solar radiations can cause deadly diseases in humans, including cancer. To deal with all these dangers, scientists have been conducting continuous research for decades. For example, to produce oxygen on Mars, NASA launched the MOXIE project, a system designed to extract oxygen from the carbon dioxide in Mars' thin atmosphere. MOXIE compresses and heats the gas to separate oxygen molecules, a process powered entirely by solar energy. Similarly, to protect against Mars' extreme cold, scientists are designing inflatable habitats and underground bases, which can be built beneath deserts or mountains for insulation and safety. To shield humans from harmful radiation, researchers plan to either build sturdy bunkers using Martian soil, or use specially designed heavy shielded suits and shelters. There's also a solution for water. Beneath Mars' surface lies frozen ice, and both NASA and the European Space Agency, ESA, are working on advanced drilling and heating technologies to extract it. This water would not only be used for drinking, but also for farming and oxygen generation. So far, we have possible solutions for oxygen, water, radiation, and cold. But one essential element remains: food. To sustain a human colony, scientists have proposed the concept of controlled environment agriculture, sealed greenhouses where temperature, light, water, and air are all artificially regulated. NASA has already tested this concept successfully in Antarctica and on the International Space Station. But there's still one major challenge on Mars, and it's massive dust storms. At first glance, Mars appears calm and lifeless, in a red, silent landscape of deserts, rocks, and faint winds, frozen in time. Yet beyond the horizon, a terrifying sight begins to rise, a towering wall of dust. This is no ordinary storm. It's born when frozen carbon dioxide directly turns into gas, creating violent winds that sweep across the planet. These storms can engulf the entire planet, and roughly every 3 years, Mars experiences one of these superstorms. The dust is so thick that sunlight can be blocked out for months, posing a severe threat to human technology, from solar panels to communication systems. If humanity truly wants to build a colony on Mars, facing these storms is inevitable. The real problem is, we still don't fully understand what causes them. We have some theories, but the truth is, if we haven't learned to control storms on Earth, then stopping them on Mars will be an even greater challenge. Interestingly, Mars wasn't always this dusty, barren world. Long ago, it was green, thriving, and full of life with a thick atmosphere and flowing rivers. Over time, Mars began to dry up, and its atmospheric layer slowly drifted away into space. Today, only about 1% of Mars's atmosphere remains, practically nothing compared to Earth. But these dust storms don't happen just because Mars is a dry planet. Scientists believe there's another major reason behind them: temperature. You see, when a planet has a thick atmosphere, it traps heat from the sun and keeps its surface warm, just like Earth does. That extreme temperature difference creates powerful winds, which eventually turn into massive storms. On Earth, storms come with clouds, but on Mars there are no clouds, only dust. When this dust rises into the air, the planet's low gravity prevents it from settling back down for months. As a result, Mars becomes wrapped in a thick planet-wide blanket of dust, not for days but for months. During these storms, winds can reach speeds of up to 160 km/h. On Earth, such winds could tear off rooftops, uproot trees, and destroy billboards. But interestingly, Martian winds don't have the same force. Because of the thin atmosphere, a 100 km/h wind on Mars is only as powerful as a 10 km/h breeze on Earth. The real danger isn't from the wind itself, it's from the blocked sunlight. Because every system designed to sustain human life on Mars depends heavily on solar power. If sunlight is blocked for months, life support systems could completely shut down. On January 24, 2004, NASA's Opportunity Rover landed on Mars. Its mission was meant to last only 90 days, but it continued exploring the planet for an astonishing 15 years. Then one day, it faced one of the most devastating dust storms ever recorded. In 2018, NASA realized just how destructive these storms could be. During the storm, the sunlight reaching Opportunity's solar panels dropped by 96%, leaving it unable to recharge its batteries. Images from the rover showed how in just 30 days, Mars's skies darkened so much that sunlight was almost completely blocked. For months, Opportunity kept transmitting signals to NASA, until one day it fell silent. Entering deep sleep mode, NASA tried for months to re-establish contact, but there was no response. A year later, the rover's final message was received. "My battery is low, and it's getting dark." After that day, Opportunity never spoke again.